It's his own fault.
Gossip is just gossip. You shouldn't listen to it.
I heard he was robbed.
It'll be a warm day in Zacor before that happens.
Yeah, you just can't find those these days.
I don't know anyone who is pissed at that guy.
Yeah, it needs to be totally reworked. If you can get the spares.
They say he was eaten.
Are you completely sure? I mean,
Ooh.
yeah, what the fuck?
Who are you? What are you doing here? No one's allowed round the world, Hart.
I'm no threat.
So you say. What brings you all the way out here?
Are you responsible for the world's heart here?
That's what you care about? The world, Hart? What about the men sent with it? If we wither, it does too. Goliath should care as much about us as they care about that plant. But yes, what are we next to a world heart? Ants in history. Here we are standing by the future of Magellan, the very thing given to us in Magellan's hour of need. Maybe that's what Bourne meant. He told me being a cultivator was about learning who you are. Out here, isolated with this thing to care about, I've certainly gained perspective.
What is a cultivator?
Well, we're farmers, in the main. We grow the crops for Goliath, and we tend to the seedlings and the world hearts. The warriors act like they're the big guys, but really they're here to protect us. Warriors might get the glory, but it's us cultivators who are changing the world.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I didn't want to do it. This was a sentence. I got sent here as punishment 5 years ago.
Punished? And you say you enjoy doing this?
Yeah, masochist, aren't I? Beer, women, and fights were all that used to matter. Now, I get a kick from seeing just a few seedlings a season make it all the way to mature. I can take pride from that.
How safe is the world's heart here?
You mean with the Albs scouting out gold? They don't seem to register it. The World Heart mustn't be their mission, or they don't know about it. They'd kill me fast enough, though. That is, if the animals didn't get me first, or I don't eat the wrong thing and get poisoned. Still, all in a day's work.
Anything you want me to report to Ragnar?
Yeah. Can you tell him about the World Heart? That it's okay? He should know we're still working, even though the patrols aren't coming to check. But if you're offering to help, there is one thing. I've not had any supplies from Goliath. Can you get them to send someone with my food supplies? They don't come here. They bypass it, keeping their distance. You'd think they'd come straight for it, huh? It's eating ELEX, and they sort of want all the ELEX, don't they? Maybe they don't like the mana. The mutants here love it, but when they eat it, it makes them sick. Maybe the Albs can sense that, and they want to stay healthy.
I will ask about your food supplies.
Thank you. Cinda is probably the best person to ask. She's fierce. I mean, ball-shriveling fierce, but gets things done. I'm not asking for anything special. Just the usual supply run. Or just, well, anything, to be honest. We're hungry out here.
Won't they?
At some point, when they remember. Trust me, you going and asking will be faster than us waiting for them to remember. Our stomachs have better memories than they have. Listen, Goliath aside, there's a plant. The cultivators love. If we could collect some of that, it would help us. It grows everywhere, but we've just not had time to collect them. 4 dozen should be enough.
4 dozen?
Yes, hopefully that would last us until we get another supply run. Say, let's round it up. Can you bring me 50? It would save you a trip to Goliath.
Why plant the world's heart out here where it's in danger?
You don't understand.
So
We're changing the world with them. Wherever you plant a world heart, it extracts the ELEX from the ground, pulls the poison out of the soil. It makes the soil come back to life, lets Magellan's nature return to it. So whenever we plant a world heart, life follows. The more we plant, the more of Magellan is restored. We have to plant them in places like this because it's where they make a difference. All this around us, is because of the world heart.
So where do the world hearts come from?
I don't know. They found the first ones, the first berserkers. They realized what it could do, that it fed on ELEX rather than dying from it, so they started cultivating them. Directly from Goliath, normally. Sometimes, we'll get something from passing hunters. But you can't rely on that.
Why have the deliveries come to a halt?
The Alb attacks. The warlords have put all the warriors on defense and cut down on the supply runs. We're supposed to be self-sufficient out here, but with more Alb attacks and more creatures, we don't have time to grow, forage, or hunt anymore.
Tell me, what do you know about Ascor's murder?
Nothing really. I don't hear much from Goliath out here.
So, you were here when he was killed?
Probably. I haven't been anywhere else in months. I only go back for supplies or to transport seedlings. When was Ascor killed?
3 months ago, around Mana's Eve.
Then I was back in Goliath sometime around then. I've lost track, to be honest, but whenever it was, I didn't see anything.
Do you know where they found Ascor's body?
I'm guessing somewhere in the forest, or why ask me, right?
Did you hear anything else about Ascor?
Well, I'm wondering why you're not asking me about the seedling that disappeared the same night Ascor was murdered. No one seems to be asking about it, and from what I heard, it wasn't just a seedling, it was one close to maturity. I heard it was being sent to a cultivator in the hope it could go on to Tavar or somewhere as a new world heart. But it never arrived. Of course. Most of the time. That's part of the punishment. It didn't used to be as lonely. They'd send patrols out to check on us. But since the Albs started attacking, we've been left on our own out here. Yeah, I guess we're not a priority.
How well do you know Ascor?
Not at all. I mean, I knew of him. People talked about him. But I don't think I ever said more than hello to him, and he ignored me. He didn't really have time for cultivators. But, you know, people can be like that. Some value our work, others think they're superior somehow.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Me? Of course I didn't.
You really don't think you have a motive?
You mean the seedling he had? I'm a cultivator. I look after a world heart. I want to know what happened to the seedling he had. Why aren't you investigating where it went?
You're out here with a sword, and no witnesses.
If I tried to attack a warrior with a sword, chances are you'd be planting me in the ground. Not now.
If you haven't got the proper equipment, you're going to die, and that's it.
It's his own fault.
What are you doing here? You should go. This place is dangerous. You should move on.
You're Crow, the guard from the Mana Shrine, right?
Yeah. You've come looking for me then, huh? And you came running, did you?
You took the...
Who says I did? You know how much ELEX sells for? Lots of people want to steal it.
Why did you steal the ELEX?
What's that to you? I've not seen you before.
Tell me what happened. Maybe I won't give you up.
How can I be sure of that?
You can't. But if I don't go back to Goliath, then they will know you're here. You don't have a choice.
No. No, I don't, do I?
Use your chance to get out of this, or leave it. Your choice.
Who says there's anything to explain? ELEX, it's worth a lot. I took it. I sold it.
You wouldn't be hiding out here if you had.
Maybe I like mausoleums. Go on, ask your questions.
Why are you hiding here?
I am not hiding. Have you met the mutant here?
No.
That is my brother, Grimmer. The Alps captured him and took him to that converter. They were going to throw him in. He escaped somehow, but the converter had changed him. I don't know how he survived, but whatever that machine did to him, it's left him needing ELEX. If he goes without it for any time, then he's in pain. Without it, I know he'll die. He's my brother. And sometimes I wonder if I did the right thing in saving him.
You're feeding ELEX to your brother?
I'm controlling it. Trying to lessen the dose each time. I'm weaning him off it, I'm sure. I keep going, I can get him back. When he's better, I'll go back to Goliath. I'll explain everything to Caldron. Until then, I can't. They wouldn't understand what I'm doing.
You can keep the ELEX.
Yeah, great. I wouldn't have given it to you anyway. What will you say to Caldron?
I'll say I found your corpse.
Dead should answer the question. They won't look for a dead man. Maybe. I can explain that. If I go back in the future, say the body was mutilated, I'll say that I planted things on it. I hope I can go back to Goliath. After my brother's cured. I have to take...
What are you doing? You're scaring away everything within a day's walk. You crash around like that, you'll scare off anything you can eat and attract everything that wants to make a meal of you.
I don't know these forests.
That's as plain as a horny troll in your sleeping sack. You'd better learn quick if you want to stay alive. You're scaring away the prey that is my livelihood. It's hard enough bringing in the food I have to, without some big-footed oaf crashing through the forest. Still, seeing as you aren't a natural hunter, maybe you'd like to buy some goods from me.
What do you have to trade? You're a hunter?
Yeah, I found my place. This is where I belong, with nature and for nature. I want nothing to do with Goliath.
Why not?
Too much talking, too much bullshit. Out here, peace. But you look like a talker. Is that why you're here? To talk?
What are you hunting?
Whatever I find. You can't be too picky if you want to hit Goliath's quota and feed yourself. You won't catch anyone in Goliath roasting a rot boar. They're missing good meat.
Do you want to stay a hunter?
Nothing wrong with hunting. Let other people kiss ass and climb ladders. I want to stay out here. It's bad enough they send me these half-baked apprentices.
You don't like apprentices?
Apprentices want to be hunters. I get people who don't want to be anything else, so get sent here.
You don't think they deserve a chance?
Sending them here just gives them a chance to get killed. Live day to day, having to hit your quota of meat to send home, while you train people who don't want to be here? I went hunting with Leonard a few days ago. He was so clumsy he brought a whole pack of raptors down on us. We got home here with no meat, and all of those damn raptors followed us right back here onto our hunting grounds. I'm not doing that again.
You should take care of the raptors.
Hunt raptors alone? Sure. Why not? What's the point of living, hey? Me? I'm gonna have to wait those raptors out, and Goliath will get its meat when I'm ready.
Why don't we...
I've had one apprentice almost get me killed. I don't need another amateur risking my life. And that's what you'd be doing.
You can trust me.
I don't trust anyone.
Teach.
Sure. The forest is a dangerous place.
Sociable guy, aren't you?
Sociable just means happy to talk shit. I don't talk shit.
When were you last...
I don't know. Not for a year. This is the best area for hunting, and all Goliath cares about is me filling my quota. As long as I send them meat and fur, I can stay out here away from small talk and politics.
Do you...
A bow? Traps? You should always try and kill at a distance. Learn that, and you will live longer. I'm here to feed berserkers, not the creatures.
You didn't like Ascor.
I didn't put myself in a position where I needed to. Little shit won't be missed.
Sounds like you had a grudge.
I think most people are assholes. You only asked me about Ascor.
The berserker who was murdered was called Ascor. Did you know him?
Ascor? That asshole? Yeah, I knew him. I kept out of his way. He kissed Ragnar's ass and treated everyone else like rot boar shit. What's with all these questions? Is some asshole trying to pin this on me?
I'm questioning anyone I meet out here.
If you want an alibi for me, you'll have to go out there and speak to the raptors.
Is that your only alibi?
I'm a hunter. You want to know where I am? I'm always here in the forest.
Who are you?
I am Leonard. Berserker, prospective hunter, and apprentice. At least I will be if Master Garen will teach me.
You're learning to be a hunter?
I'm an apprentice. Do you have any hunting experience?
I'm learning how to survive out here.
Master Garen says that life begins when the bow comes alive in your hand. And you'll become dead if you can't learn to make your bow come alive. That's the most he says, but normally with some swearing. Maybe you can learn something from him.
You don't hunt to...
We have, but last time we went out, I made too much noise. We were attacked by raptors. He let me try and shoot the pack leader, but I dropped my bow.
You dropped your bow?
I know. We were moving. Then it was too late. We had to run. Master Garen's not really spoken to me since.
You...
Yes, I wasn't going...
So, get another bow.
Master Garen won't let me have one. He's not taught me how to make one. I need my old one back. How can I hunt without a bow? Make a new one? Where would I even...
You must be able to find the materials you need around here. Didn't Garon tell you anything?
He pointed at some trees he said were good, and said something about animal sinew or hide or something from a plant.
Then where's your problem?
Getting all that stuff without getting killed. I'd still rather get my old bow back. Please, will you help me? I can pay you if you do.
Where did...
Everything happened so fast, I can't really remember. In any case, it was to the north. By the cliffs below, under Goliad.
That's a lot of ground to search.
Yeah, but at least the raptors have moved on. They followed us, so they're not around there anymore. If I think of anything else, I'll let you know.
I will...
If you do that, you will have my eternal thanks. And I will also give you a few shards in addition to my portion from the hunt. Oh, and this needs to stay between us. He'll get over it when I have my bow back. But if he hears in advance, he'll try and talk you out of it.
I found your bow.
And in one piece. Thank you. This is much better than anything I could have made. I can hunt again. Thank you, thank you. You're a good man.
Who said you could give Leonard his bow?
He needed it, so I got it for him.
You might think you were being helpful, but that wasn't. Leonard needed to learn a lesson. How's he gonna do that now?
About... Have you found the raptor's trail?
They've been moving around a lot, but it looks like they're to the west of here for now. I've had one of... You've already gone in my way over Leonard's bow, but very well. Let's take care of these raptors.
About the...
Then can you leave your belongings here? That will be easier than collecting them from your body later.
No raptor is killing me. What do you have to tr...
You have things to do. Go and do them. Bicker.
About...
Yes?
I found... He's dead.
Then his crime has been paid for. Did you find the ELEX there with him?
No.
I feared as much. No doubt it has already fallen in. Thank you for your efforts. You achieved more than the guards did. One question at least now has an answer. Something has occurred to me. Perhaps you could help me with something.
What do you...
I need someone less conspicuous than myself to do some. You see, I need some answers. But if I start asking questions, it might be as bad as me outright. Suspicion sticks and people can start to see someone as guilty. So, that is why I'd like you to... You see, there is a cultivator by the name of Ulrich. But there has been a change in him of late. Something. I can't... I would like you to speak to him and see if you can find... You see...
How can I find out?
Just talk with him. See if you get the same... He is someone who loves what he does. You should have no trouble getting him talking about his work and the seeding. But maybe that's it. Maybe he's seeking promotion. Or maybe he's just having a bad day. Whatever it is, he served us well.
What good... So?
Happy. I've got the most important job in Golia. Hey, maybe even on Magellan. Protecting the... Not that these little baby seedlings are world hearts yet. But now Boren's had the mana delivery from Caldrim, we can start cultivating them again, and then, who knows? World hearts, proper world hearts, are rare. But maybe, just...
What do you...
He's a good boss. He cuts me some slack, gives me some time of my own. That gives me a chance to, well, do some experiments sometimes. Just try a few...
Is there a way to...
Yeah, I mean, if we can't grow many world hearts, maybe we should try growing them differently. Maybe we could breed them so that the mutants wouldn't eat them. But we're not allowed to try. Which is crazy. I mean, imagine what we could do. And not just to seedlings. If mana does that to a plant, imagine what it could do to a person. If we don't try, we won't progress.
Are you happy working?
Yeah. So, yeah. Galdrim is pretty strict about how the plants are grown and what you do with them and... Well, how are we gonna learn like that? You think the first cultivators just stood and watched things grow? The first mages just waited for magic? No, they tried things. They experimented.
And is everything all right out here? There's nothing getting you down?
Just the usual. The mutants, the low success rate in growing world hearts, the occasional bit of grief from the boss, but nothing too bad. You know, nothing worth talking about.
Why are world hearts so rare?
I don't know. I mean, berserkers have been studying them since before I was born. I think they found one out in the wild. I heard they were going to destroy it because it was, you know, a mutant plant. Then they realized this thing was making everything else grow. They've been learning how to cultivate more world hearts since then, but it's hard. Even since they learned to feed them with mana.
Cauldron sent me. He said there might be a problem.
Problem? What problem? Why would there be a problem?
That's what I'm here to ask you. Why do you think he's worried?
Shit, I don't know. I don't know why he would say something like that. At first you get me talking, and then you tell me that? Are you just here to spy on me? Get out of here, leave me alone. What do you want? I don't talk to...
I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm not here as a spy. Cauldron was worried. He is concerned about you.
He does? Okay. Apology accepted. You can tell him I'm okay. I'm fine, and there are no problems. These seedlings.
Cauldrons.
Problem? What?
That's what I'm here to ask.
Shit, I don't know. At first you get me talk. Are you just here to... Get out of here. What do you... I don't...
Call...
Forget it. And if you don't have anything else to say, then I... These seedlings... World... You... They...
It sounds like you...
You know, yes, I do. I want to see the seedlings live. I want to see more world hearts. I just wish that the others could see how I could help them achieve that.
Have you told
Caldrin? He would probably exile me. He's strict about everything that comes down the ages from Amrek. He forgets that Amrek broke the rules. And look where the rules have gotten us recently. Mutants attacking us. Elves rising in power. We have to fight back, and we can't let rules get in the way.
what you are suggesting?
So, you're one of them. Well, you, Caldrim, and Angrim can live by the law. But remember, Amrek didn't conform when he founded the Berserkers. Eisenfaust wouldn't have defeated the clerics if we'd rejected ELEX and hadn't discovered magic. They saw the future. But if you want to live in the past and keep us all in the past, you do that. I heard they've been...
How do you...
And that's just the seedlings. There've not been many experiments on people since some narrow-minded warlord banned them. I think we should at least talk about trying that again. If feeding mana to plants in these doses can make world hearts, what would happen if we got the dose right with people? Any experiment. It's going to take someone to show the way, to blaze the trail, to be the first.
Are you going to get to the point?
Well, I was thinking about mana and seedlings and us, right? The ELEX, the normal ELEX that the Albs are after, that makes them stronger. That's why they're so scary. So I thought, what if we did that with mana? I mean, it's been purified by the plants, so it should be alright, yeah? And if it makes us stronger, like the Albs, then we'd stand more of a chance. We could take them on. So I extracted the juice from a seedling and I drank it. And I felt like I understood everything. Everything.
Do you have any of that juice for me?
What? What? No. It was a mature seedling, you see. You're lucky if you get one of those every 6 months or so. The rest don't make it. That's why world hearts are so rare, you see? And the little ones, they don't change the ELEX like the mature ones. I've got to wait to try again, but I'm telling you, one more dose, maybe two, and I'll become something else. Something that can fight the Alves.
One more dose?
One more mature seedling, and I could solve this question. I know it. I can show everyone the way. We can win this war. All this can be over. You believe me, right? So, let's keep this between ourselves. You will get more juice. I promise. I should go now. I have to make this work. These seedlings...
done fast. What news from the field? Why don't...
There must have been some more incomers joining up. We've had...
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
Ear door.
Ear door? Yes, I suppose he... But he will have to wait. He can forage in the forest.
I promised I'd get him supply.
I'm not responsible for your promises.
If you...
Then he's not much of a cultivator, is he? Everybody's up against it. Everybody needs supplies. Everything I've got here has already been assigned. Except for a load of bread I had to throw out because no one picked it up from the baker until it was too late. I mean, what use is... For the want of a few men, we waste resources that we're already short of. For now, I'll get someone out there with better supplies, but honestly, I can set up 4 other supply runs to other people in the time I can get someone to him. Until all this is sorted out, I've got to put my supplies where they'll do the most good.
Why even waste time thinking about it?
If only we knew if
There
these
you are.
rumors were true.
I told you wouldn't. Bourne may have his faults, but he looks after his people.
about...
Did you find out what...
You should forget about all...
Indeed? Well, maybe I was imagining an issue where there was nothing. Or perhaps I should have been more attentive. Whatever the truth, regrets won't change facts.
All technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
I've brought...
You have? Oh, I'm salivating already.
I have brought you...
You are a born gatherer. That should see our stomachs full. Thank you. Here. That should pay for it, right?
Yes, that is a fair amount.
Thank you again. You've done us a real favor. Everyone here will appreciate it.
technology must be consigned to the past. Take it to the pit.
Teach.
Stop messing around with that technology, will you?
I brought...
You got your hands on fresh bread? Whoa. Now, that doesn't look too fresh.
It's all Cinda had. I can take it back.
No. I'll take it. Thank you. They don't normally send bread. What did you pay for it?
Cinda gave it to me.
Wow. You must have sweet-talked her. I normally get hard biscuits.
She said I could take it.
Well, about time we got a break. That should see our stomachs full. Thank you. Here. That should pay for it, right?
Yes, that is a fair amount.
Thank you again. You've done us a real favor. Everyone here will appreciate it. Not now.
You've done well getting here alive.
Are you a sentry here?
Yes. My name is Thorgal. Just stay clear of the World Heart while you're here, then we'll get along fine. There won't be any shit, okay?
Anything happening around here that I should know about?
I don't know. We don't have the manpower to patrol outside the palisade. It's pretty dangerous out there. You'll need to keep an eye open. There are plenty of ambush sites.
What are you doing here?
Take a wild guess. The large plan should give you a clue. We've spent a lot of blood protecting this World Heart. Lives of the present to build a future for us all.
Your post seems undermanned.
Ragnar sent the men we could spare. I sent some of them with one of our cultivators to a farm near the domed city. We thought they would be able to drum up some supplies for us, but instead they've disappeared. It can't be good that they aren't back yet. It's bad enough that the group is missing, but Rock, our cultivator, is gone too. I really need Rock to help me look after the World Heart. He's the expert.
I can look for this missing cultivator.
You would? That would be helpful. But be careful. There has to be a reason why he hasn't returned yet, and you might just walk into it. The farm Rock went to is below the domed city. You should look for him there.
Ascor is dead.
Dead? What the hell happened to him?
He was murdered.
Damn. I knew it. He was just too ambitious.
Can you think of anyone who might have done it?
Me? No. Well, not specifically. He's ambitious. Or was ambitious. He always wanted to become a paladin. Last I heard, he was due to be tested by Ragnar along with some other candidates. Passing that test was all he ever wanted.
So, what do you think got him murdered?
I don't know. Ascor was a good man. Well, he was to me. But he could wind people up. Maybe he got the wrong person pissed with him. Maybe someone else was as ambitious as him.
You knew Ascor well?
Yeah, I asked if he could come out here on this assignment. But he stayed back in Goliath so he could take the warrior test.
When did you last see Ascor?
Just over 3 months ago. Not long before I came out here.
You must be good with a sword to have got posted out here.
Not good enough to hit someone in a dan from here, if that's what you mean.
How long have you been away from Goliath?
Just over 3 months. Since then, I've been here, trying to survive in the beautiful highlands of Abessa. Trying to manage an outpost with too few people and too few supplies.
And you have witnesses to your whereabouts?
Yeah. More if we can find that missing supply team. This camp by the World Heart is where I've been, and this is where I'll stay until the warlords order me back.
It's obvious you didn't do it.
Yeah, well, I hope you'll find who did.
I think Ragnar must just have wanted you eliminated from suspicion.
He said to question me?
Yes, Duras told me.
Duras? Well, he's a man who stands by his duty. I hope the two of you find the murderer.
I'm working on it.
Look into whoever might have been a rival for Ascor. That's my advice. Keep your eyes peeled.
Hey you, what's new from the south?
You mean Idan?
No, I'm talking about the real south, the deserts of Tavar.
The berserker Ascor has been murdered.
Ascor? How did that happen?
Did you know Ascor?
Yeah, he was an arrogant asshole. He'd have done anything for promotion. It's his sort that make me want to say this. Fuck the berserkers.
What weapon do you use?
A sword. I hate it. That's another reason I want to join the Outlaws. I've got myself a gun, but I want some real weapons.
Were you close to Goliath 3 months ago?
No, I was out in the forest gathering supplies before I traveled out to the World Heart. I've not been close to Goliath for a year. Once I had the supplies, I came straight out to Abessa. Wait, you don't think I was involved, do you?
You don't seem happy as a cultivator. Did you ever think of seeking promotion?
Man, I would have to be able to read first. You can't exactly climb the career ladder if you can't read. Ascor could. That guy wanted to do everything to get promoted. He hated anyone else who could read, especially if they weren't born in Goliath.
Do you?
I don't know. I don't keep a diary. Depends on the day and the orders. Sometimes I was digging shit alone, sometimes finding supplies alone, sometimes marching around and building stuff where they told me to. Those days I was with people. I just did whatever they said. I didn't want to be exiled to the valley.
I don't think you killed Ascor.
Shit, what? You thought I did that? No way, I wouldn't have risked that, even though he was an asshole.
As you say. What?
I'm sick of the shit here. It's all laws, commandments, rules, it's bullshit, all of it. Fuck rules, fuck laws, fuck the berserkers. The outlaws in the desert are the only truth. Freedom, profit, no bullshit.
You want to be?
Yeah, absolutely. They know how to live freely. I've done nothing but work, follow orders, dig shit, and for what? To have people try and kill me for things I don't even believe in. Fuck them. I want to see the world. Instead, I'm stuck here.
Then why don't you go to Tavar?
I don't have the stores I need to get there, or the shards. But I know I could earn what I need. If I could just get the supplies I need to make it there.
Thorgal.
I bet he does, but he can go fuck himself. I'm not going back. He can go and round up a few ass-kissing, law-abiding fellows from Goliath to do his dirty work. I don't want anything to do with it, Dan. I'm going to Tavar.
What happened to...
Let me give you a clue. A lot of claws, a lot of teeth, a lot of blood. I was only just able to get away from them. Those warriors are now rotting somewhere out there, or deep in the bellies of the beasts that attacked us. Their sacrifice saved my life, but it just goes to show, Goliath orders people to do stupid things and people die because of it. I want my freedom.
About?
Yeah? No. You'll figure that out when I'm long gone. Better for me that they don't know my plans until after I've gone.
Oh.
Thank you. I need dried meat, you know, ration packs. And I'll need water and some sort of a weapon if you think you can get them. The water and the meat, well, there should be a number of places you can find those. As for the weapon, well, there's a farm above here. There are some outlaws there that have taken the place over. They're bound to have a weapon that will let me fit in when I get to Tavar.
He's a key.
You must be... Well, we can find... Food is one thing we do have if...
Sure,
Well, I'll do you a deal, but...
What?
Take a look around.
Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an entry permit.
Have there been any Alb attacks here recently?
With Zakor on our northern border, there are always Alb troops coming through on their way somewhere, but they don't seem to be attacking us here for the moment.
But have you heard anything about Alexiters traveling through Abessa?
Yeah, I have now that you mention it. Alexiter Calyx was reported to have headed north with a few combat units and a troop of mechs.
Alexiter Calyx, so he's been promoted. Tell me, how long ago did Alexiter Calyx head north?
A few days ago. They must be back at the Ice Palace in Zakor by now. What's with the interest in Alexiters? You go chasing them, you'll just find trouble. And I don't want them tracing that trouble back here.
I'm asking so I can avoid them.
Don't treat me like a rookie. You sound like someone who wants a showdown. So let me give you a warning. That approach is gonna get you and anyone close to you killed.
Where can I get...
You can't. We're full. We're short of supplies. So the decision has come down to close the gates. The full allocation of entry IDs has been given out, and we have instructions not to let anyone else in. Those outlaws have us stretched enough as it is. I'm not saying you're working with them, but until law and order is reestablished, we can't risk any more undesirables joining up with them. You'll have to wait till all this is over and done with. Say, there's a bunch of others who can't get in who've taken up residence in some houses near here. Why don't you join up with them? Known as a...
Hello, stranger. You should stock up on supplies before you head out into the wilderness. I have everything you need.
What do you have to offer me?
Everything an adventurer like you could need.
Speak to our merchant. Speak.
Hands off, Arg.
I don't know the guy. Suppose I never will now.
I can't say that any more clearly.
People are afraid of that.
Get something to drink first.
Is she really so gullible?
If someone hears that.
No. No.
I'll see you later, all right?
No. That didn't work. Too easy.
now.
Not now.
Welcome to the camp of the impure, where the poor souls barred from the city stand and wait for the Alps to kill them.
I want to get into the city. Can you get me in?
Have you tried to get in yet?
Yes, I went to the gate.
And you got turned away, right?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Okay, I can offer you a way to get into the city, but it's risky because you might not get out again. At least not if they confiscate your ID.
Why won't I be able to get out?
All right. I just hope things don't go the same way they did with Cooper. The clerics have shut the city up tight. They won't let anyone who doesn't have a valid ID through the gate. Not in, not out.
Why would the clerics stop people leaving the city?
They're stopping them meeting up with us. That's what I heard. Paranoid assholes. Anyway, we're off the point. You want in, right? And I can give you a counterfeit ID that will get you in. But once you're inside there, I need you to go and take an ID card to Cooper. That way he can come back out again. Like I say, I can get you in, but I also need you to help me out. You good with that? Does that sound like a deal?
What do you want?
We don't want anything here. We want to be in there, in the city, as the law says we can. As the law says we should be. Those clerics are supposed to uphold the law, yet here we are. The gate's closed to us.
Deal. Give me the ID, and I'll meet Cooper.
Good. Right. That's the plan. Long term. You see, Wick has all the blank IDs. So before I can get you an ID, I need you to get me Wick.
Where is Wick?
Well, that there is a good question. You see, he's been gone for a while. He'd gone over to the ruins to see if there was anything worth scavenging there, and hasn't come back. You should look for him over to the northwest if you're in a hurry to get into the city. Just look through all the houses. He should still be there, scavenging.
Fuck all of them. I hope they drown in their own shit.
Spitball of a day, ain't it?
Nah.
This world has so much to give. I know you can say that.
Stop being an asshole.
The ELEX. The ELEX is behind most of this. I can feel it.
Nah.
How can that be?
Don't mess me around, or I'll mess with you.
The ELEX. The ELEX is behind most.
Hey, you've been out in the wilderness, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm looking for a guy, and I wonder if you've seen him. He's called Ray. He's an outlaw with a big mouth on him. Bit of a waster. You haven't met him anywhere out there, have you?
I've met a lot of people. Maybe I've met him, maybe I haven't.
Yeah? Well, if you do find Ray, can you let me know?
What's it worth?
If it's a real lead and not troll crap, then I'll pay you a decent reward for the information. I don't think you can go lying to me and making up where he is. I'll know a lie if I hear it. I'm...
Broadcasting from the orbit to bring a warning to all 3 people out there. Stay safe in the wilderness.
I feel really bad about it.
Someone's gotta sort this shit out before we drown in it.
Wick is dead, but I found the ID cards on his body.
Dead? Shit. I told him whatever was there wasn't worth the risk. But Wick would do anything if it would mean him getting 2 shards he could tap together. Ah, well, give me the blank ID card. I'll work it up for you now. So, done. 1 fake ID ready to go.
Give me the counterfeit ID.
Okay, wait a second. Your image has to be added there first. So, done. Here's your ID. And this is the ID for Cooper. Take it to him, but make sure the clerics don't see it, see him, or see you handing this over. And do it as soon as you get in there. He's been at risk too long as it is. We don't need him being held, or worse, turned into a vegetable by the suggesters.
Put that weapon down. Halt! Not a step further. No one is allowed into the city without an...
I have an entry ID. Let me through.
Really? I thought I knew all the ones that had been issued. And you were here asking about getting ID before. So tell me where you got this one.
It's mine. I was issued one after all. Must have misplaced it.
All right. I'll believe you this once. I've got to be wary. That desert gang of outlaws is always trying to find ways to get by me. Oh, and there are some rules I need to tell you before you enter. First, stay away from the generators. Nobody but the technicians is allowed access to them. That sort of security is why we need to keep an eye on IDs. So if you meet someone who's in the city illegally, report them to us immediately. And Eric will take care of them. We can only keep peace in the city if we all work together, and we keep the city secure. That's what was laid down by the Great Council of Magalan. And the Great Council gave the clerics the responsibility for guaranteeing the city's independence. That means everyone is welcome here, until they cause trouble. So keep the peace while you're in there. Our suggesters are busy enough without you adding to their workload. And that's it. You may pass.
I heard you hold people prisoner if they can't prove their identities.
Of course. Need a valid ID to enter or to leave. It's important we keep the right balance here, and that we can hold people accountable. We've worked hard to keep things running here. We can't start letting people flood in, or the troublemakers will take over. Anyone who tries to get around with ID is given straight to the suggesters to be taken care of.
What's a suggester?
Our suggesters are the reason things remain peaceful in the city. If someone causes trouble, then they're either thrown out, see a suggester for reorientation, or both. But don't worry, it's a positive experience that will leave you happy about life. Even so, I recommend avoiding it.
You mentioned the Council of Magellan.
The Great Council, yes. You'll have to speak to Judicator Alois if you want to know more about that. I'm not that well informed on my history.
Who's Alois?
Alois is the Judicator in charge of the city. You'll find him in the castle. He likes to stay close to the generators.
Where can I find Eric?
Just go straight down the path into the inner city. You should find him there.
What?
Nothing right now, but it's simmering. You can feel it. There was something building even before we let those Alp separatists in here. They just lit the touch paper. But hey, we're supposed to be a sanctuary, so someone decided to open the gates and let the separatists in.
How many separatists are there in the city?
Too many. Once an alb, always an alb. They still hit ELEX. It's just a matter of time before they turn back. I don't know what they want in the city. I'd heard a bunch of them had set up a base in the west of Abessa, so they could have gone there. If we weren't so busy here, we'd have tracked them down and cleared them out of Abessa. Last thing we need is Zakor thinking we're harboring rebels. Keep your pockets closed and...
You can forget it, Brabak. I serve everyone here.
Save yourself some work and some pain by doing what I say. Let those assholes drink piss from the gutters, and you keep your supplies for the real people.
What do you care who I serve? I still serve you, even though the other people complain about it.
So you are taking their side, are you?
I'm on nobody's side. I'm just getting on with my job.
You had... Better reconsider this.
Reconsider what? One wrong word and the clerics will throw you out of the city. So do us both a favor and calm the hell down.
This isn't over. I will come back.
When you do, make sure you bring some shards. I'm sick of giving credit and I need the change, all right?
Hey, come over here. Let's get a drink together.
Forget it.
You listen. You are getting a... Seriously. No one...
You're an ass.
What the... I was being hospitable. Now you're opening your mouth and invite... And I am... But, because you're new, I'll give... If you get the next round, so, what'll it be? Are you gonna take it?
Show me what you've got.
A fighter. reconsider this.
Reconsider what? One wrong word and the clerics will throw you out of the city. So do us both a favor and calm the hell down.
This isn't over. I will come back.
When you do, make sure you bring some shards. I'm sick of giving credit and I need the change, all right? Hey, traveler. Is your throat dry? Are your feet aching? Whatever your problem, I have what you need. One good swig will cure all worries, and that's guaranteed.
Do you have any news to go with that drink?
News? I presume you're talking about news from in here. I don't hear anything much from the outside now the city gates are sealed. The future of the domed city is the only topic people are concerned about right now. That's pretty much all of the conversation. There's been peace in here for years, but right now, well, we're all set for things to boil over. I don't want to say it's the cleric's fault. It's always easy to blame the people in charge, isn't it? But who else do we blame? The berserkers, the outlaws, the separatists? Me? I find it best not to blame anyone.
I heard about your fight with...
Forget that guy. Every city has someone like him. You just have to ignore them. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Do you want...
Now that everyone is paying credit? Roaring. Not many people aren't happy to pay. It's me that's holding the bill and hoping to get paid before I run out of... speaking of which, do you know where I can get any food? I'll pay real shards to get...
I can help you.
Pays? You mean you want more than I offered? You want to exploit my situation? Then you can forget it.
Better reconsider this.
Reconsider what? One wrong word and the clerics will throw you out of the city. So do us both a favor and calm the hell down.
This isn't over. I will come back.
When you do, make sure you bring some shards. I'm sick of giving credit and I need the change, all right? Hey, whatever you... There's been... Now that... I'll...
You need supplies, and you'll pay for them. I will remember that.
A promise is a promise. Great. Thank you. Your heart is in the right place. Yes? What are you doing here? You dirty thief!
want it here.
Just
go already. You made me do it.
Is someone there? You'd better leave right now.
Keep prowling around
You
up
just
there.
go up.
Finally,
You
I want it here.
Fuck off.
Maybe later. So, you come here from Goliath?
Goliath? No. I was exiled to the valley before I came here, but I hid myself in a crate and got brought up in the lift.
You escaped in a crate?
Yeah, those idiots had no idea I was in there. I waited till they were busy with the next one, slipped out, and I was gone.
You got lucky.
That wasn't luck. That was pure skill.
You were lucky.
Yeah, well, maybe I got luck and skill, but what I haven't got is beer. Feel like one?
Yeah, sure.
Well then, follow me.
Go and bother someone else. I'm sorry. Unless this is official business, you should move on.
I don't have any time right now.
What?
Well, the Dome City is a refuge. Outlaws, berserker, clerics, anyone who wants to be somewhere other than their home. Being away from home, you'd think they'd care less about what faction they were from. But for some reason, some of them have got even more fanatical. That makes keeping order difficult some. The outlaws are the worst. They don't understand. All people are welcome here. The Dome City. But that means all. Not just outlaws. There's a half-dozen outlaws hanging around outside the city at the old farm now. They just want to get in to cause trouble. I mean, we got everyone settled down and living together, and those outlaws, I just wish they'd disappear. Whoa, whoa, that's not... I just want them to stop causing... You mean the threat on our doorstep? The canker in our midst? They who...
It is not efficient for us to talk.
Come back later. Well,
Are you here to seek shelter or to cause problems? This area is a sanctuary for There's nothing here for reavers, recruiters, or troublemakers.
What's wrong with you?
Call it experience, but those in need and those willing to help don't normally question my motives.
You think you know what's going on? No one knows what's going on.
Ugh. Who's that? Are you looking for something specific?
Those animals.
Hello, stranger. I have the best goods that you could ever. Only the.
Teleporter is active. It appears to be connected to another near the Hort in Ignadon.
About the supplies you need. How much dried meat do you need?
I think a half-dozen ration packs should do it. That won't weigh me down too much. I'd take less, but I'm not likely to find any food until I get to the fort, am I?
How much water do you want?
8 full bottles should be enough. But just water, not alcohol or anything, right?
I have the water you wanted.
Great. That'll stop me from drying out.
If you want me to get your supplies, you'll have to pay me.
You can have every shard I've saved if it'll get me to Tavar. Get me the supplies, and they're yours. I hope we have a deal.
Here's a grenade launcher from the farm. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah. That is exactly the thing I had in mind. Anyone making trouble with me now will regret it.
No, I can't talk to you right now.
Why did you wake me up?
What do you have to offer?
Take...
watching.
Everything in a...
Then show me.
Only...
I'll kill this animal! I'm watching you. Don't do something stupid.
Is someone there?
Can we
look around?
I advise you to step carefully.
Give me a drink.
What'll it be?
I am going, all right? I am going, all right?
About Ascor's murder. You recently became a warrior, didn't you? You and Ascor are both eligible to be paladins.
Yes, but trust me, I'm happier with my job collecting waifs and strays than becoming a paladin and going out to the front lines. I think I'm making more of a difference doing what I'm doing. Ascor, though, was a driven man. Becoming a paladin was all he wanted.
Rock wasn't anywhere near Goliath when the murder was committed. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he could have done it. I'd say he didn't kill Ascor.
I didn't think he would have the opportunity, but Ragnar insisted I look into him. I guess Ragnar was wrong.
I don't think Baron did it. Ascor was his friend, and Baron just wants to be left alone. I don't see why he'd murder anyone.
All right. Even though he knew Ascor better than most, yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the energy or the motive. Frankly, I only think Ragnar wanted Baron questioned in case he had seen anything. It looks like he didn't. Let's take him off the list for now.
Thorgal wasn't anywhere near Goliath at the time of the murder, and he has witnesses to prove it.
Yeah, he's also too skilled a fighter to have left Ascor such a bloody mess. So, he's out as a suspect.
Garen just wants to hunt. He didn't like Ascor, but I don't think he killed him. Besides, if he had killed Ascor, he'd have used his bow, not a sword.
Yeah, all Garen wants is to hunt. He'd have no motive for this.
It's not conclusive, but I don't think it was him.
I agree. I don't think it was him either. Let's take him off the list.
Eardor didn't have time to commit a murder. He's tending to the world hard and looking after supplies. Besides, he's just too weak to have killed Ascor in the way you described.
Yes, I agree. I don't think Eardor was capable of this. That's one less suspect for us.
You were right. The investigation was a waste of time. It must have been someone outside of Dan. All of his suspects are innocent.
It's Ragnar we'll have to convince. He is certain one of them did it. He's not often wrong.
Then who do you think it was?
I don't know.
Then tell Ragnar that.
What about Baron? He didn't have a proper alibi, did he?
There was no one there to say he was at his post, and of all the suspects, he knew Ascor the best.
Then it must be him. The others all have alibis, and Baron knew Ascor better than the others.
I thought you said Ragnar only included Baron in case he saw something.
Ragnar wants answers. He's insisting the murderer is found. You've questioned everyone, and Baron's the only one without a decent alibi. Do you know where Baron is?
I found him in the forest, but he said he takes time off to go to the lift into the Valley of the Damned.
Then we should go there and see what we find. You want me to come with you?
Why would Baron talk about that place if he had something to hide?
Since when have criminals been clever? And Baron's not that smart. Maybe he just let something slip.
You're serious?
What other leads do we have? Look, Let's just check this out and then we'll know for sure.
All right. I'll search the area near the lift that Baron talked about. What is it I'm looking for?
We won't know until we find it. Have a look around. Bring me anything you find. Just don't interfere with it.
What do you mean, interfere?
Bring anything you find to me without disturbing it. Whatever you find, we should take it to Ragnar.
Then you know what it is.
No, I'm warning you. Do what I say.
Right.
Just trust me. Your life might depend on it.
So, what have we here? Are you on your way down to join the damned, or have you just come to see where all the bad people go? Come on, speak up. You won't get to use the elevator until you've told me your business.
Have you ever been in the Valley of the Damned yourself?
Damned, yeah? Sort of the important part of Valley of the Damned. That place is for the exiled. I don't ever want to see that place.
Does anyone ever get exiled unjustly?
The law is clear. You have to be an idiot to break it. And our warlords are smart, really smart. They can see when someone is a threat to Goliath. That's why my job is important. I do guarding and repairing, remember? Besides, most of them down there are too busy dodging the creatures to plan an escape.
How many exiled live in the valley?
I don't know. There used to be guards that went down there to check on them, but they don't do that anymore. Not since the recent Alb attacks. Now, nobody is keeping record of how many have died or how many are still working where they were told to, so who knows? But it's their fault. They shouldn't have broken the law.
What
elevator? The enormous wheel over there. The winch down to the world of exile.
What do you do here?
You watch your mouth. I'm the sole sentinel here. I do the guarding. More the guarding than repairing right now. The elevator is bust and no one showed me how to fix it. So unless you know anything about winches, you can't get down there. Do you know anything about winches?
Enough to know it can't be complicated to fix.
What makes you think that?
It's a winch. Rope, wheel, up and down. What's so complicated about that?
It's a water winch. It needs water. And gears. It's complicated stuff. Fixing this elevator is really complicated, seeing as one of the gears is missing. So unless you've got a portable smelter and forge to make a new one, you're not gonna be repairing it right now, are you? Yeah?
Have you got a spare?
Spare part? Spare part? Now, why didn't I think of that? Wait, yeah,
It's your job. Why don't you go and fetch a spare part?
Because my job has two parts, right? Guarding and repairing. Right now, there's only... If I go off looking for things, then I won't be doing either part of my job. And I don't want to get it. Since the other night. But why do you care? It's gone, and that's it.
It was stolen?
Exactly.
I've heard enough.
I don't want it found. Let me think. No. You won't find anything up here that...
So, you dropped it somewhere.
Say, don't you have something else to do?
Ugh!